for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And please turn on the notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, you'll be the first one to see it. Let's get into it. What we're going to talk about, we talk about celebrity news, celebrity gossip, what's going on IG and Google, fair use, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And thank you for your love and support.
So don't forget to like, to comment, but be kind. Also turn on the notification bell. That way every time I upload a video, you'll be the first one to see it. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about Love and Marriage Detroit. And the reason why I want to talk about it, I get that the cast members are trying to be a new show. I get that, you know, don't get me wrong, it's a good show. Let's go back. We left off where the one gentleman was not happy that the family didn't support him. So the cast members are Russell, Kobe, Christina, and Brandon, and then we have Latoya and Anthony. So Latoya and Anthony start off the scene in regards to him not feeling supported, and they're still on the boat, and you could tell that the couple they were on the boat with was very uncomfortable, that he was crying. And he was like, the opportunity I had, you don't get often. It's like y'all would, he was basically saying that Latoya's family was attacking him and his character and saying, here I am trying to provide for my family. Let's go back of why it was important for him to be there as a dad. Allegedly, their child was going through some racial concerns about a child being mean to their child. So it seems as if Latoya's dad stepped in, picking the child up from school so he could see that the child was hurt often from what had transpired. Everybody knows that a mom is great, gonna love on your child, be there for your child. The granddad stepping in, trying to pick the child up, trying to console him, comfort him. The biggest thing is Latoya's family felt like your child is going through something. And when your child is going through something, there's nothing like having a mom and dad there to support and love you. That's a blessing that the dad, as a bishop, was picking up the child from school and helping Latoya. So we get, and a lot of times, some opportunities are far and few and in between. So for him to get the opportunity, and this is my biggest thing, why didn't Latoya move down there with Anthony if this was such a great, job opportunity? Why couldn't they go back and forth? Okay, we're going to be here for a month, and then I'll spend the weekend at home. You know what I'm saying? So that part I didn't understand. If it was that great of an opportunity, why didn't the family pick up and go down there with him to Atlanta? So there's that scene. So then I'm trying to see. Okay, so they're on the boat. We're gonna get to, let's see. We're going to get to Russell and Kobe. In one of the scenes, he walks off because she was upset that he took on another artist. So with him taking on another artist, Kobe didn't know allegedly about it. And she's like, we've been down this road before. You need to tell me when you take on things so that way, we know what's going on as a family. So they're sitting down and they're talking to the counselor. And it basically looked as if Kobe wasn't sure if Russell was even going to show up for the Zoom counseling, but he did. He actually was home. I don't know how many days he was gone or where he was at for those 3 days, but the one biggest thing Kobe had mentioned, she fighting for her relationship, she fighting for her marriage, and she don't have a problem letting everybody know she fighting for her marriage. So they're sitting down, they're talking with the counselor, and the counselors seem to be really good. They're listening to them. They're basically like, what can we do to get this back on track? Relationships are important. family bonding is important. And I really like how those counselors were trying to help them through their situationship. I really did. And you could tell at first Russell was kind of not feeling it. And you could tell that Kobe was just doing everything she could to get him to see her side in regards to trying to take on the new artist and trying to get this counseling going. So I really liked how they sat, they talked, and they kind of got things resolved. And then as soon as it was funny, because as soon as they closed that tablet, she was like, "Okay, don't play with me. Make sure you do what you just said. Support our family, love the family. Do what you have to do." So I really like the show in regards to that aspect, in regards to them getting the counseling. Okay, so of course, back to Latoya and Anthony. They go to church. Anthony wants to speak to Latoya's dad, talking about how hurt he was. And Latoya's dad is a preacher, bishop. Let me take that back. He's a bishop. There's a difference between a preacher and a bishop. Bishop is a higher level. So talk to the dad, and he's kind of like, they're in church and they're enjoying church, and they basically say, we try and go to church all the time. That's Latoya's father's church that Latoya and Anthony are attending. So they go to church, and then Anthony basically says to the dad, Latoya's dad, "I want to speak with you." And he was like, "Is everything all right?" He said, "Yeah, I just want to clear up, me being out of town, and everybody making me feel like I was abandoning my family. I wasn't. I was just taking an opportunity." And the bishop was like, "Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute. Let me just say goodbye to the people." So they go outside. They're talking outside. And he's basically like, "Hey, Dad, you're like another dad to me. And I look up to you." And he was like, look at here. Basically, when your family needs you and we're going through what we were going through with in regards to the world, a family mother father bond is the most important thing. You can't break that. Nobody can be there for your child more so than you can be there for your child. It's different if everything that wasn't going on in the world, when things are breaking down in your family, nobody else can step in. Yeah, he was basically saying, "Yeah, I was there picking up your child from school, but he needed you, and no matter what's going on, your wife and your children come first." So they basically had a good understanding. So I like that the bishop was just very clear. Okay, so let's get to Russell and Kobe. Russell seems like he likes to take on projects. He want to do more than he needs to do. Now, mind you, it seems like he's a great business guy. He does stuff for the community, but it also seems like he has his hands in so many pockets. What I'm talking about, Russell is talking about meeting up with a guy in regards to possibly being a co-owner or full owner of a gym. I get that part, but right now people aren't really going to facilities like they used to. It's slowly but surely getting back, but so Russell has a meeting with this guy. They're at the gym, and that's the one biggest thing. And I said, I gonna cover it. The guy was talking to him, and there wasn't a lot of people in there. The guy that he was having the meeting with was like, "Yeah, as soon as you get to know people, you need to say, hey, what are your goals? What are you working on? What do I need to do to help you?" And I'm thinking, as a gym owner, I don't want you in my business like that. I'm here to work out. I don't need you in my business like you're a consultant or you're trying to help me maintain my goals. I'm here to work out. A lot of people don't want to be bothered when they're working out. They want to stay focused, and they want to stay focused on what they need to do. That's one place where a lot of people want to be quiet. So as the gym owner, I felt kind of weird, like, okay, maybe that's why your gym's not doing good, because y'all trying to get in people's business. And it wasn't Russell, it was the gym owner. I found that weird. Okay, so let's get to that, asking people about their business. Okay, so then there's another scene that they go to a skate rink, and they're basically saying, okay, why are we on this side of town? Why are we on this side of town? And if, there's the east side, there's the west side. Now, I'm surprised. I'm wondering if there's like a skating rink in Southfield, because if there's a skating rink in Southfield, then it's safer than where they were. Okay, there's different parts of Detroit. There's Southfield. Southfield is probably, you know depending on, Southfield is maybe 5 minutes from most Detroit areas. So 5 minutes. 5 minutes is nothing, 5 or 10 minutes, give or take. Taking 75 to taking 696 to, you could tell I know the area. But yeah, I'm surprised they had them in certain areas. And that's the one big thing with the cast. eh, Carlos King must have been okay with it because there wasn't a lot of people in the rolling rink, but they had a good time. And then they said, okay, then after we leave here, then we're going here. You could tell Anthony's more so comfortable being in certain areas in the hood of Detroit than um Russell and Brandon are. So, okay, so they're doing their skating and then the ladies are going back and forth. The ladies are going back and forth in regards to Kobe and Kobe and Christina. Yeah, Kobe and Christina are kind of going back and forth in regards to their influencers. And it seems as if Kobe had a project and a branding deal. And it seems as if Christina wants to be attached to that. Why don't we collab on that deal? And she's like, no, this is what I do. And I guess, Christina actually possibly interviewed for it too. But yeah, let's see. I just want to make sure. Yeah, so Christina's married to Brandon. Okay, so let's get to the ladies are going back and forth at the skating ring. And Russell tries to stick up for Kobe in regards to it seems as if allegedly Christina tries to copy certain things allegedly she does. It seems as if maybe, I'm not sure. It seems as if Kobe may be a little bit more established than Christina, maybe in regards to the influencing part. And it seems as if Russell and Kobe, they got a lot going on because Russell, remember, he's the producer. Kobe is an influencer. Christina does her thing, and then they have Brandon. So then they're going back and forth. So we get that influencing is a great thing. Sometimes people collab. I really never collab with anybody, but the ladies are going back and forth, and it's really weird that the ladies were wearing similar colors of shirts. I guess they trying to do something right there, but the scene was so dark you really couldn't tell that the ladies were wearing like a mustard yellow shirt. But here nor there. So they're going back and forth. The guys are speaking up, and Russell and Brandon are kind of saying, "Hey, why are you, you know?" Russell was basically saying, "Why is Christina constantly trying to attach or copy things that my wife Colby's doing?" And Christina is saying, "I don't really go there. I don't really try and attach myself to what she got going on." But it's interesting how they are together. It's interesting how Russell is interesting because I feel like he has his hands in so much. Okay, so it's Brandon that's the music producer. Yes, Brandon that's the music producer. It's Russell that's the one that's trying to get the deal in regards to the gym. I hope I didn't mess that up. But yeah, Brandon's the one with the music producer. So Christina and Brandon, and then we have Russell and Kobe. So yeah, Brandon is sticking up for Christina. Christina seems like she's the one that's more established than Kobe. Kobe and Russell seems like they're trying to get their bearings. It seems like Russell's all over the place, trying to put his hand in so much. It seems like Kobe is going back and forth with Russell, trying to keep him, you know, on track. And it's like, and then, wait a minute. Russell was basically telling Kobe, if I get this gym, I need you to help me facilitate, sign people up, talk with people. And she's like, hold on, I have a full plate now. Why would I want to sign up for something you're trying to get yourself into? So it's interesting in regards to Russell. I'm sorry, it's just interesting. So Brandon, like I said, Brandon and Christina did the counseling. So was there anything else? Talking about the gym having. Okay, so Brandon's basically saying if they want to do more stuff in regards to, it seems as if there's more programs out there for women in Detroit for them to start businesses, have businesses, get help. So the guys are basically saying, being Russell, Brandon, and Anthony, they're standing there talking, and they're basically like, yeah, we need to do more things to help men start a business, have a business. We need to do more things to help them, and we need to find out where those programs are so we can help them. So Brandon's basically like, yeah, let's do a talent show, and whoever wins the talent show gets a contract. And I'm thinking, y'all got money for that? You already your wife is already upset that you have an artist. Now you're about to try and have a contest, and then whoever is on that contest, you're then going to sign them up. Does your wife know that? That's the biggest thing, because you're already putting it out on TV. In regards to Brandon and Christina, he is basically saying he was more well known in the streets before he got married. So Christina didn't like that in counseling. Let's see. Yeah, I like the show. I think the show is interesting. Let me know in the comments how you feel about all the couples. How you feel about Love and Marriage Huntsville. Might do a video on that because there's more going on with those Scott brothers. And let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's my recap review. I like the show. I think Christina and Brandon, I wish them well. It seems like there's a lot going on there too. The strongest, I don't even know who I could even call the strongest couple, because Russell and Kobe, it seems as if he wants to get his hands on a lot of stuff. And sometimes that's a lot of guys in Detroit. You're doing too much. Stay focused on one or two projects, not three or four. It seems like Christina and Brandon are, they're trying to hold on by a thread in regards to their marriage. It seems like Latoya and Anthony just wants the respect in regards to possibly taking on other jobs outside of Detroit. So well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Let me know in the comments, are you watching Love and Marriage Detroit?